everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Delia Lex. So this video is going to be a short story time on the time that I went on a date with some guy that I met on Twitter a day before. So my niece is recording this video. This should be a little PG-13 then, right, E? Because you're 10. So she's recording this video. You want to come say hi? No? Okay. Yeah. She's recording this video for me, so this is going to be PG-13 like most of my videos, but you guys will get the gist. If you like the video, please subscribe or like the video. If you dislike the video, you can dislike it, and I'll see you guys soon. I just gotten out of, this was last summer, and I had just gotten out of a serious relationship somewhat. And this was like my first date back on the scene, so I'm not really like the type of like to get over, get under type of person, but I was just kind of bored, and I just wanted to see what was out there on the market, and I just wanted to see what was, you know, looking into things. I just wanted to see what was up. So I'm like on Twitter, and this is around the time when people were just like, they did those little IJW, and then you like I just want like da-da-da-da. So it'd be like IJW, PB, and J. So it's like, I just want a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Like, that's what, like, it was around that time people were doing that, right? So I was like, I was bored, and I wrote like IJWHICB. And wait, is that it? IJW. That was it. That's what I said. You guys can figure out what that means. But that's what I said. And it was a joke, and after I was like, LOL, haha, just kidding. And then this guy mentioned me on Twitter and was like, that could be arranged. I was like, because I'm thinking I'm so slick that nobody knew what I meant on Twitter. So I go on his like page. I'm not really like a Twitter person. I go on his page, and he has like a good amount of followers. Like, he's like one of those like Twitter famous like comedian type people. But I was just kind of just like, and we had some common followers, and one of the common followers was my sister. So I asked her, like, oh, do you know who this person is? And she was just like, oh yeah, he's one of them like Twitter famous people, like, don't talk to him, like, he'll put you on the spot, like, he'll talk about you on Twitter pretty much. And I was kind of like, oh, like, it wasn't anything, he just like mentioned me on Twitter or whatever. So I go in my DMs, and he messaged me, and he was like, what's up, like, you're from Maryland? And I was just like, yeah, like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from DC. And I was like, oh, okay. So pretty much in this dude's header, he had like a text message from another woman, and it was a screenshot of the message. It was kind of champ, but the message insinuated that he would be a lot of like, you know, he'd spend really great time, like he'd be a great person to spend time with. That's what the message insinuated. So I was just kind of like, okay, you know, like, this could be cool, whatever. So he's messaging me. I'm like, you know, I just did get out of this like relationships or whatever, and I was kind of just like, let's see where this goes. So he's like messaging me back and forth, like we probably speak for like an hour, and he was like, oh, so, you know, like, what are you doing, you know, like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, oh, like, nothing. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. He's like, well, we should chill because we live so close, right? And I was like, he has one picture up on his Twitter. He does those comedian things, so there's like no other pictures of him. And I was kind of just like, I don't even know what this man looks like. I don't even know this man's name. All I know is his Twitter name. I don't know anything about this man. I just know he's from DC. And I was like, that sounds like a great idea. Let's meet. This is all the information I knew because I'm dumb. And I was like, yeah, like, sure. What do you want to do? I'm like a type of girl, like, you can't take me to these type of restaurants, you can't do that. I'm kind of hard-headed with stuff like that. Don't take me to chains, like, I don't really like stuff like that. So, you know, I let him know that I'm the type of person, and, you know, you give guys a decision of, like, the choice of whether or not to, like, take you out. You're like, listen, you can't take me to TGI Fridays, you cannot take me to Tuesday Factory, you cannot take me to Ruby Tuesdays, and with that information, figure out if you want to take me out or not, which is, you know, your choice. I don't want to push you to do anything that you don't want to do. So, like, pretty much, he was just like, okay, like, let's go to Chick-fil-A. And I was like, Chick-fil-A is like McDonald's. And he was just like, what? And I'm like, Chick-fil-A is like on the same level as McDonald's. And he was just like, he went and tweeted, and he was just like, a girl that doesn't like Chick-fil-A, something to think about. And then, like, I favorited this tweet, and I messaged him, I'm like, don't tweet about me, but, like, you're not about to take me to Chick-fil-A, so we could just not do this. He was just like, okay, like, let's just go to a movie, like, whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. It's just like, who wants to go to Chick-fil-A as, like, a first date? And I asked friends about it. Apparently that's normal. I'm not gonna go to Chick-fil-A with you. I don't even eat Chick-fil-A. I think that they're like, you know, I don't even eat Chick-fil-A. I don't even think Chick-fil-A food is that great. So I wasn't about to go to Chick-fil-A on my first date with so-and-so. So pretty much, literally, I was like, when do you meet? He's like, tomorrow. I was like, okay, see you tomorrow. Like, what's your number? Because we're still messaging on Twitter. So we exchanged numbers. I've talked to him for, let's say, 4 hours at this point, have one picture of him, and the picture is half of his face. I don't know his name. So we exchanged numbers. And then I'm like, what's your name, by the way? And he's like, oh, this. And I'm just like on this edge. Like, I just really don't care because like I said, I was just getting out of something and I really just didn't care. I just wanted to go do something. Like, I was bored. None of my friends were in state. I was just like, yeah, like, let me just go do something. Let me just go have fun. Like, I don't really care. So the next morning I wake up and I'm like, you know, maybe this isn't a really, like, I can really get into some trouble. Like, this isn't really a good idea. You know, I don't know this boy, but like, I've heard about him. You know, he's Twitter famous. So I was just like, I don't really know if this is a good idea. I don't know if this is a smart, you're fine. I was like, I don't know if this is really a smart thing to do, but you know, if you ask my friends, I don't really like doing the smart thing to do all the time. So I got ready, I beat my face. It was actually my best makeup look yet. It was, right? It was. It's like my best makeup look yet, and I head out to downtown Silver Spring, which is where we were meeting. So I get to downtown, and I'm on the phone with my friend Monet, and I'm like, Monet. She's like, yeah. I'm like, so girl, there was this guy that I met on Twitter yesterday, and we're about to go to the movies. And she's like, why are you so dumb? And I was like, I don't know, but like, we were talking, and I'm just like, I'm scared. Like, I don't even know what his voice sounds like. Like, I'm scared. At least this is in public. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what's up. And I was speaking to Monet, and she was just calling me dumb, as I was. And then afterwards, I get a call from the guy. Me not even hearing his voice, like, know what his voice sounds like. I'm just kind of just like, okay. So I get a call from him, like, oh girl, he's calling. So I get the call from him, and he's like, hey, so I'm walking past Ulta on the strip or whatever, and I'm going to be in at the movie theater like in like 10 seconds or like a minute or something like that. I'm like, okay, cool, like I'm upstairs. So the movie theater, the way that it's set up, I'll probably put a picture. It's like, it's a wall of mirrors. I mean, a wall of windows. So I go up to one of the windows, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm kind of just like, like, I wonder which one he's going to be. So I call my friend back, and I'm like, oh, da-da-da-da. So then I see this man, and like the place that he was walking towards, it like the way his distance in which he was walking is enough of a distance for it to make sense that he was walking past Ulta when he first called me. So I'm like, is that him? I'm like, no, that's not him. He's wearing a Superman shirt. Like, why would that be him? Like, why would he come on a date in a Superman shirt and a backpack? That can't be him. So I'm on the phone with Mona. I'm like, yeah, there's this boy who walked past a Superman shirt. Can't be him. So literally, I'm on the phone with Monet, and the Superman shirt boy disappears. I'm like, did he come in the building? Did he turn the corner? I don't really know. So I'm on the phone, and then I look, like, I just took my head, and I'm like, Mona, and she was like, yeah. I'm like, Superman is on this level. He came into the movie theater. And then Monet starts like busting out laughing. I'm just like, no, this boy with the Superman shirt, the one that I was seeing outside, I didn't think that was that was cute at all, is like now on the level that I'm at the movie theater. So it would only make sense if he was the guy, but I'm like, that can't be him though. Like, I only saw one page, like, this looks not, like, it cannot be him. So I'm on the phone with Monet, and like, I make eye contact with him. I just turn away, and I'm like, Mona, and he says, Adele. I'm like, I just hear my name, and I just turn around so slowly. I turn around so slowly, and he was like, hey, it's me. And Monet's on the phone laughing, I just hang up on her. But you know, I'm a nice person, so even though, you know, he wasn't really like my type, you know, outfit wise or physically or any of that, I was like, you know, beauty is just this like surface level thing. Like, let's get into this date. Like, let me go try to make the best of it. So we're like, I'm like, hey, we hug or whatever. And I was like, I thought I saw you outside, but you're wearing a Superman shirt. So like, I wasn't sure if that was you. You know, that's like very casual. And he was like, yeah, like I walked here. And was like, yeah, I walked here from DC. So I just put on whatever was comfortable. And I was like, oh, that's, you know, that's real. Like, okay. So I was like, okay, so the movie doesn't start until like so-and-so time. Like, do you want to go like do something or whatever? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So we walk across the street, or like the strip or whatever, and we're walking down the strip, and like, I don't know why in downtown Silver Spring on this very day, they wanted to be like 10 million great looking guys that were all my height just walking on the street. And I was just walking, and I was like, dang, like, you know, like, this just sucks. This situation just really sucks. Like, here I am, they're better looking, you know, just guys that are more my type, you know, but, you know, I'm with him. So let's get this date going, okay? So, we're walking, and then he's like, you want to get ice cream? And I'm like, sure. So we go to Ben & Jerry's. And I'm like kind of nervous, just because I don't know this man. I don't even know his real name. Like, at that point, he told me, like, it's KC, whatever. And I'm like, is that your name? Okay. So, well, I just kind of exposed him. Let me bleep that. I'm gonna go bleep that, so you don't want to know his name. So, we're going to Ben and Jerry's. And I remember I was, like, tasting ice cream. I was just nervous. I was, like, tasting coffee, whatever, tasting the ice creams. And I'm like, oh, can I taste vanilla? And he looks at me. He's like, who asked to taste vanilla ice cream? Like, who does that? And I was kind of like, why do you have to be so mean? Like, I just wanted to taste the ice cream. Like, it's free, so I'm going to taste it. But he was, like, going on me for trying to test vanilla. He's like, vanilla is internationally the same flavor. And I'm like, okay. So after that, I'm like, whatever. So it's time to pay. Obviously, this man don't pay, because how you expect a man that he didn't pay. So I paid for my ice cream, which is fine. And then we went outside. We were eating the ice cream. Of course, he took a spoon and was trying to eat it off of me. He was Nigerian. He is Nigerian. I'm Cameroonian. So he was like, let's play Guess the African, right? Because he's funny on Twitter. So, you know, he was a funny guy. So African, he's like, oh, he's definitely African. He's definitely African. And it was just like, oh, he's Nigerian. Like, they were like playing that. And I was kind of like, yeah. You know, like, he was funny. And I was like, you know what? Maybe he could be like a funny guy best friend. You know what I mean? Because he seems kind of cool. Like, maybe he could be like a funny friend. Then he started to be rude. Like, just really rude. Like, at the time, I had like an iPhone 5S, and this is around the time where everyone was getting the 6, but there were still some people with the 5S, and I had a 5S. He's like, whoa, you have the 5, like, just like rude stuff. And I'm like, I'm popping, so don't even try to come for me, you know? But I was literally about to get my phone when I got my next paycheck, and he was just like weird, just making comments or whatever. I'm a Scorpio, so he saw my necklace, and he was like, oh, you're a Scorpio, you know what, like, just vulgar. So after that point, I was just kind of like, is this what the dating life is like? Like, is this the real world? Is this what I'm going to experience? Like, is this my life? Is this what God has planned for me? Girl, you know what, I took my phone, texted my ex, I'm like, what are you doing? And it was just like, not much, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm downtown, you want to see, like, you want to hang out tonight? Yeah, and I was just like, I don't really know. So pretty much, we go into the movie theater, he's vulgar. Like, he was making jokes, slapping me around, like, just, not slapping me around, but like, ha, you know, being like touchy or whatever. We're in the movie theater, and like, during the movie, he just looks at me, he's like, kiss me. I'm like, please leave me alone. I'm not doing that. And like, ultimately, I decided that I will not be seeing him again. So I took the train into the city, and he walked me back to the train station, and he like, tried to, I don't know really what went on, and I was just kind of like, oh, you know, I don't really do that. And then afterwards, he was just kind of like, oh, so when am I going to see you again? I was like, I don't know. When do you want to see me? And he was like, what about tomorrow? And I was like, okay, just text me tonight. We'll make plans. And the thing is, I'm not rude. So he did text me, and I was texting him that night because I didn't want him to think that I thought he was ugly or like unattractive. So that's why I wasn't speaking to him. But I thought he was mean, and he wasn't my type. So that's why I wasn't going to speak to him. But I didn't want him to think that. So I was still messaging him that night. And the next morning, I was messaging him too, and I talked to my friend Kayla about it, and she's like, Adele, you need to stop messaging him if you don't like him. So I was like, okay, so I stopped messaging him. I think he messaged me one other time after that, and I never heard from him again. I did end up using my ex that night. Ugh, big mistake. Pretty much, that was my story time on when I went on a date with a random man, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.